Check 1 2 1 2. Okay. Last night, the Indiana Indians made history going back-to-back with WPIAL championships. This afternoon from Mount Aloysius College, the Homer Center Wildcats will try to do the same. Hi, everybody. Mark Burdig with you here on Renda Digital TV. Our digital producer, John Smathers. We're happy to be bringing you today's action as the Homer Center Wildcats, getting hot at the right time, will face the number 3 seeded Claysburg-Kimmel Bulldogs. The Wildcats entered the District 6 playoffs as the number 5 seed. Homer Center, 13-9 record, the defending District 6 Class A champions. Claysburg in with a record of 15-7. Claysburg plays in the Inter-County East Conference. They finished 6-2, and Homer Center, of course, in the Heritage Conference, finished the conference slate at 8-8. But those records don't matter. It's today as both teams play for the District 6 championship. We'll be giving you more information as we go along. We certainly want to thank our presenting sponsors, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, serving the youth of the greater Homer Center region as the primary recreational arm of the school district since 1958. And by Quality Construction by Rado. Today's game being presented by Quality Construction with over 58 years of experience. No job is too big or too small. Looking to live in your dream home? Visit Quality Construction along Red Maple Drive in Homer City, or call Ed at area code 412-289-0382. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado. We're going to come back with more on our pregame show from Mount Aloysius. We'll give you some more numbers and the starting lineups as we continue right here on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
A well-maintained field doesn't happen by accident, and neither does a beautiful backyard. At Burdig Landscaping, they know the details matter, from clean edges and healthy lawns to outdoor spaces that stand out all season long. Whether you need mowing, mulch, landscaping design, or complete property maintenance, Burdig Landscaping brings the same level of precision and care you expect from a championship caliber team. Make your yard the talk of the neighborhood with Burdig Landscaping.
Mark Burdig back with you on Renda Digital TV. Our broadcast location, not the best. We are over 400 feet away from home plate with multiple cameras. They're unable to accommodate us behind the backstop or in either dugout. I won't go off on a soapbox other than to say it's a shame there aren't better accommodations for media in today's day and age. something should switch here with using this facility. It's a fine field, don't get me wrong, but not made for championship level play. Looking at today's matchup, stat comparison, Homer Center comes into the game averaging 7.2 runs per game. Claysburg-Kimmel, 8.4 runs per game. The Wildcats allow 4.1 per game. They've allowed only 91 runs all season long. Claysburg-Kimmel, 81 runs allowed, 3.7 per game. A benchmark I've always liked to use, and we talked about this when Claysburg-Kimmel knocked off Northern Cambria, holding teams to 3 runs or less. You're going to put yourself in pretty good position, and both of these teams have been pretty good in that department. Claysburg-Kimmel a little bit better. They've held 14 of their 22 opponents to 3 runs or less, going 12-2 in those games. Homer Center has held 12 of 23 opponents to 3 runs or less, and they are 11-1 in such games. So that emphasizes the importance. If you can pitch well and play good defense like Homer Center has done in the first 2 rounds of these District 6 playoffs, you're going to win a lot of baseball games. Homer Center, the defending PIAA District 6 champions. They won 6-5 here last year over number 1 seed Juniata Valley in the title game. And Homer Center defeated Juniata Valley, again the number 1 seed in the semifinals last Friday, 5-4 in a thriller after clobbering St. Joseph's in the opening round 16-3. Claysburg-Kimmel eliminated Purchase Line by a score of 12-2, and then Northern Cambria by a score of 3-1, getting outstanding pitching and defense from their shortstop, in particular, Braden Haney. Homer Center's won 7 district titles, including last year. They also won it way back in 1953. Many fans would not realize that there was District 6 championship baseball back in that era, but indeed there was. Wildcats have also won 6 titles since 2000, including 2000, 2005, 2008, 2010, 2018, and again last year in 2025. So both of these teams have some outstanding hitters. The Wildcats led by Braden Rado, and we saw him last week absolutely tattoo the baseball for Claysburg-Kimmel. Their starting catcher today, Mason Campagna. He's a Penn State recruit and has earned all-state honors as a catcher in 24 and 25. You can expect him to get honored again this year. He's been tabbed first team all-conference twice. As a junior, he batted .509. He's batting .545 this year and has just been a dominant force since coming on to the scene. He's ranked as the number 12 catcher in Pennsylvania by Prep Baseball Report. Played travel ball for Flood City Elite, and he was 3 for 3 with an intentional walk in that victory, and he just annihilated the baseball. He had a single, a double, and a triple, led off the game with a triple against Northern Cambria. That's a player for Homer Center that they will have to keep under control here today if they want to go back-to-back like the Indians of Indiana did last night at Washington's Park in Washington, PA, in that 4-0 victory over Elizabeth Forward. Just moments away from the start of today's game. We'll come back with more. We'll give you the starting lineups and have the opening pitch when we return here on Renda Digital TV, presented by Rado Construction and by Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
To the plate with quality construction by Rado Inc. As the Homer Center Wildcats aim for victory in the District 6 playoffs, let us build your dreams with the same precision and expertise. With over 50 years of experience, we handle everything from custom homes to roofing. Remember, no job is too big or too small. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado Inc.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Back with you at Mount Aloysius College. Claysburg-Kimmel, the home team, they have taken the field. As we get set for today's action, let's give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting team, Homer Center. Leading off will be the catcher, Braden Rado. He is batting a team-leading .400. Batting second and pitching, Nash Budner. Hitting third, the shortstop, Dom Shimko. Batting fourth, right fielder, Eli Turk. Batting fifth, left fielder Drew Fisher. Hitting in the sixth position, third baseman Colin Dunn. Batting seventh and playing center field, Connor DeArmond. Batting eighth and playing first base, Matt Zerfas. And batting ninth for the Wildcats and playing second base, Chase Schaup. Again for Homer Center, top third of the order, Rado, Budner, and Shimko. Middle third, Turk, Fisher, and Dunn. And the bottom third of the order, Connor DeArmond, Matt Zerfas, and Chase Schaup. Defensively for Claysburg-Kimmel, and we will give you the starting lineup when they come to bat. Well, let's do it right now while we have a moment. Leading off will be their leading hitter, Penn State recruit Mason Campagna. He is the catcher, hitting .552. Batting second and playing shortstop, Braden Haney. Batting third, center fielder, also pitched well in relief against Northern Cambria in that 3-1 victory, Gavin Treon. Batting fourth and pitching will be Dustin Slowick. Batting fifth, right fielder Aiden Solar. Hitting in the sixth position and playing third base will be Peyton Nicely. Batting seventh, the left fielder Nathan Fee. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Matthew Lehman. He will hit for first baseman Blake Clore. And batting ninth and playing second base, Nathan Cox. As we look from behind the .404 mark in center field defensively, the center fielder is Steve Treon right in front of us. In left field, Nathan Fee. Right field, Logan Trummel. Third to first, it's Nisley, Haney, Cox, and Clore. And the battery is Mason Campagna and Dustin Slowick. And stepping in to lead things off for the Homer Center Wildcats is Braden Rado, and he takes the first pitch for a strike from right-hander Slowick. Slowick with a 5-2 record, a 2.95 ERA in his second offering. He works quickly, is laced on one hop to the third baseman. On the turf, he gloves and throws across the diamond to Nisley. Clore with the Nisley with the good pick on to Clore for the first out of the ball game. Hard hit, but right at the third baseman, Nisley. Put out goes 5-3. That'll bring up Nash Budner. Budner hitting .267. Today's starting pitcher had a big game both offensively and on the mound in the District 6 opener for Homer Center. 16-3 victory over St. Joseph's. First pitch, a ball. Here's the next offering. In there for a strike from Slowick. Slowick has pitched 38 innings. He's allowed 32 hits, 28 runs, 16 of them earned. He has walked 32. Here's the pitch, down low for a ball. He struck out 45 in his 38 innings of work. 2 balls and a strike. Slowick's next pitch. Hit on the ground, shortstop behind the second base bag, off target with the throw, and that'll be an error on the shortstop, Braden Haney, who was excellent against Northern Cambria, but his throw, it wasn't an easy play because he had to range to his left toward the second base bag, but his throw, if on target, gets Budner, but it pulled Clore off the bag. So 1 on, 1 out for Homer Center, and that brings up Dom Shimko. Shimko hitting .333. Budner leads away at first. Pitch upstairs for a ball. First baseman Clore, of course, holding the runner on. Next pitch. catching the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 on Shimko. "21 hits this season, wave and a miss. He was fooled on that offering from Slowick. 21 for 63, 12 singles, 7 doubles, a couple of triples. Pitch down low, 2-2 as the count levels off. After early morning rain, sun was out, now becoming a little more overcast, but very pleasant here in Mount Aloysius. Timeout called. On deck, Eli Turk. Pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by catcher Mason Campagna. Campagna came in to close out that victory at Northern Cambria. Hard throwing right-hander, excellent catcher, and a very dangerous hitter. He will lead off when we go to the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, hit on the ground. It's a fair ball, and that will be a single. Third baseman Nisley tried the backhanded stab and came up empty. So it's runners at first and second for Homer Center, and the cleanup batter, Eli Turk, steps up to the plate. Turk hitting .362, 21 for 58. 3 doubles among his 28 hits. 16 ribbies. Pitch hit in the air. First baseman behind the bag makes the catch for the second out. Check that. That was the second baseman that made that catch. Again, we are over 400 feet away from home plate. Nathan Cox making the grab. So 2 on, 2 out now. Drew Fisher, the number 5 hitter, steps into the batter's box with a .329 average. Good lead for Budner at second base. First pitch, a ball. Fisher 24 for 73. 22 RBIs, tied for the team lead with Shimko. Next pitch, hit in the air. Shortstop hasn't measured. Braden Haney for this side retiring out. The Wildcats threaten, do not score. No runs. There was a hit and error. 2 men left. With played at half an inning. It's Claysburg nothing. Homer Center nothing, and Claysburg coming to bat. Presented by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and also Quality Construction.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
We head to the bottom of the first. Claysburg-Kimmel will send Mason Campagna, Braden Haney, and Gavin Treon to the plate to face Nash Budner. Nash 4-2 with a 1.17 sparkling ERA. He's pitched 42 innings, allowed 29 hits, 17 runs, 7 of which have been earned, 21 walks, and 60 strikeouts. Opponents hitting only 184 against him. In that victory over St. Joseph's, Nash, in a 5-inning game, allowed only 2 hits, 3 runs. They were all unearned. He walked 2 and struck out 9. Campagna will lead off, as I've mentioned on a couple of occasions. He is headed to Penn State, made his commitment last year during the baseball season. For Homer Center defensively, left to right, Drew Fisher, Connor DeArmond, and Eli Turk. Third to first, it's Cullen Dundom, Shimko, Chase Schaup, and Matt Zerfoss. The batteries, Braden Rado behind the dish, and Nash Budner on the hill. First pitch against Northern Cambria. Campagna almost hit it out of the yard. He tripled off the left field fence. Here's the pitch outside for a ball. Certainly with runners in scoring position, you want to pitch around him. Northern Cambria's Skylar Eckenrode walked him intentionally in the seventh, and it worked out. Here's the pitch, a curveball and a good one from Budner for strike one. They play him straight away, center fielder Connor DeArmond, in front of us from our center field broadcast location. Budner, as you will see, goes from the stretch the entire time. The pitch down low for a ball. 2-1 as the Bulldogs bat in the bottom of the first inning. Next offering, down and away, and it's 3-1. Third baseman done behind the bag. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Came up empty, and the count is full. Turf infield here at Mount Aloysius, natural grass outfield, but that will change. As a matter of fact, construction will be getting underway pretty quickly. From what I was told, they'll turn this into a completely all turf field, and a swing and a miss. Campagna goes down on strikes. I can't imagine that young man has struck out that much. That is just the 9th time this season he has struck out. The pitch to Braden Haney is ball one. Haney, the shortstop, hitting .396. Next pitch. It's a ball, actually the count 1-1. Budner's next pitch. Outside. 2-1. Good crowd from both school districts. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Count 2-2. Not a lot of bleachers here. It's more of a lawn chair type of facility. Next pitch. Called, strike three. So 2 up, 2 down, both on strikeouts, and that'll bring up sophomore Gavin Treon. Treon hitting .487. Leads the team with 35 RBI. 37 for 76 this season. 3 home runs. As a team, the Bulldogs have hit 10 homers. Swing and a miss as Budner has had them out in front and fooled on that soft curve. Next pitch. Another curveball, and swinging and coming up empty again is Treon. Budner a pitch away from striking out the side. Here's the 0-2, way outside. 1-2. Pitch. Called, strike three. Back-to-back punch-outs on called third strikes. He strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 3 up, 3 down, go the Bulldogs. We head to the second. Homer Center nothing, Claysburg-Kimmel nothing on Renda Digital TV, presented by Quality Construction by Rado and by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Step up to the plate with quality construction by Rado Inc. As the Homer Center Wildcats aim for victory in the District 6 playoffs, let us build your dreams with the same precision and expertise. With over 50 years of experience, we handle everything from custom homes to roofing. Remember, no job is too big or too small. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado Inc.
Today's game being presented by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, the primary recreational arm of the Homer Center School District since 1958, and by Quality Construction Incorporated with over 58 years of experience. No jobs too big or too small. First pitch to Colin Dunn is a strike. If you're looking to live in your dream home, visit Quality Construction on Red Maple Drive in Homer City or call Ed. And the ground ball weakly hit to the shortstop. And Haney up and across the diamond to Clore for the first out of the inning. Good luck, Wildcats. Bring home another District 6 title from Quality Construction by Rado. Connor DeArmond, the batter, hitting only .029 this season, but he plays good defense out in center field. He finds his way on base in other ways. He has walked 11 times and has been hit by a pitch a couple of times, and the first pitch from Slowick is right down Broadway for strike one. The bottom third of the order against St. Joe's did a marvelous job. DeArmond had walked and scored a run, delivered a sacrifice bunt. Slowick winds, kicks, and deals. Curveball hit behind the screen. So he's ahead on the count, 2 strikes and nothing on DeArmond with Matt Zerfoss waiting on deck. Both of these teams are guaranteed to play in the state playoffs on Monday. The winner will have a home game. The loser will travel to District 5 to face the champion there, probably Conemaugh Township. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. 1-2 on DeArmond. Pitch down low on the curveball. Slowick pitched just 2 innings against Northern Cambria, allowed 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 4, and then they brought in Treon. So we'll see if that is a pattern here today, and if in Major League terms, if Slowick is just the opener, so to speak. 2-2 pitch. Hit up the middle and into center field for just the second hit of the season for Connor DeArmond. Second hit of the game for Homer Center. Matt Zerfoss, first baseman, steps in with an .075 average. Matt, 3 for 40 this season. He has walked 18 times, among the leaders in that department. Against St. Joe's, he walked twice and reached on an error on a sacrifice bunt attempt and scored 3 runs. First pitch, a ball to Zerfoss. They play him relatively shallow. It's a deep ballpark here at Mount Aloysius. Give you the dimensions after this pitch. Swing and hit on the ground. Short hopped, throw to second, bobbled, and that will be an error on the third baseman, Nisley. So the similar pattern to the first inning, the first Wildcat did not reach, was forced out on a ground ball, and then an error and a single in the first. Here in the second, we flipped the script, a single and now an error. The number 9 man, Chase Shope, steps in, the little second baseman, the first pitch way high and outside for a ball. Shope hitting .206. Next pitch, a strike, 1-1. 7 for 34 this season. Slowick's next pitch, a curveball and a good one. And he jumps out in front, 1-2. Homer Center's leading hitter, Braden Rado, on deck. Runners lead away at first and second. Pitch to DeArmond, hit in the air. Shortstop back, and Haney makes the grab in short left field for the second out of the inning. As Slowick, for the second time in as many innings, tries to wiggle out of a jam. That'll bring up Braden Rado. Rado hit the ball sharply, but right at the third baseman Nisley to start the game. 26 hits this season and 65 at bats, 6 doubles and a triple among them. Slowick at the belt. Pitch, outside corner for a strike. DeArmond, good lead at second. Hit to the outfield's going to score him. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Campagna, but it does kick away a little bit. Throw down to third. Safe at first. Runner holds at first. That is Zerfoss. But DeArmond now 90 feet away from giving the Wildcats the lead. The dimensions here at Mount Aloysius, 334 down both lines, 386 to left center, 388 to right center, and right where we are at, the 404 mark at center field. We have 3 cameras out here positioning them as best we can. Crosby from Homer Center, our video man here today. One and one the count on Rado. Pitch to Braden. Ground ball, gloved beautifully by the third baseman Nisley across the diamond on a hop for the out. Wow, put a star beside that one. Outstanding play. Rado's tattooed the ball twice and nothing to show for it, but that is a spectacular diving play by the third baseman Nisley. So the Wildcats threaten again. No runs. There was a hit. One more error on Claysburg. The Wildcats strand 2 more. They've stranded 4 through an inning and a half. We head to the second, bottom of the second. It's Homer Center nothing and Claysburg nothing. Our coverage on Renda Digital TV presented by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and by Quality Construction by Rado.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Mark Burdick back with you as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Great play by Nisley, Peyton Nisley, to close out the top of the second inning. No action in the Claysburg bullpen. I had mentioned against Northern Cambria that Slowick pitched just 2 innings and 2 successful innings, but Treon came on to start the third inning. And Treon made the final out of the first inning, so you would think if he was going to pitch in the third and follow that same pattern, he would be in the bullpen, but maybe not. We will find out when we head to the top of the third. Middle third of the order for Claysburg-Kimmel. Pitcher Dustin Slowick, Aiden Solar, and Nisley, who made that great play the middle third of the Bulldog lineup due up here. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is there when you need them. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Outpatient services available if you need lab work, x-rays, and more. It's all available at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort. Get in, get out, get better at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Pitch bounced it up there to Slowick. Slowick hitting .266. Budner's pitch hit on the ground and by the shortstop of Homer Center, Dom Shimko. That'll be an error. And I will admit, fans watching, I don't have the best view or angle here as we are a mile away behind the 400-foot mark. So I'm going to call it as best I can as far as hits or errors. That looked like a play that Dom should have made. John, you're looking at the monitor, so maybe sometimes correct me if I'm in error myself. The pitch to Aiden Solar, the right fielder, is a ball. 349 hitter, Solar. Inside, 2-0. Did you view that as an error? Yep. At the belt, Budner. Short lead at first. Pitch right down the middle for strike one. So 3 errors in the game, 2 on the Bulldogs, 1 on Homer Center. Squaring to bunt is Solar. They throw back to first. Catcher Rado safe back in easily ahead of the Zerfoss tag is the runner Slowick. On deck, Peyton Knisley. Pitch down low, he lost him. 2 on, nobody out for the Bulldogs. Knisley hitting just .215. Maybe look for sacrifice here. Second baseman Schaup pinching the runner at second, as is the shortstop Shimko. Budner's pitch and scoring to bunt, and it's a good bunt. And Budner throws on to first baseman Zerfoss, but sacrifice accomplished. Put out going 1-3. Crosby Shank providing some of the pictures tonight on one of our cameras this afternoon, I should say. Nathan Fee, the batter, left-handed hitter, the left fielder, hitting .262. Runners at second and third. Pitch a ball. Infield. In. Certainly at the corners. Of course, artificial surface, the ball's going to get to you quicker now. Shimko does give ground at short. Pitch a ball, and it's 2-0. So after an easy 1-2-3 first inning for Budner's, trouble here in the bottom half of the second. Pitch down and away, and it's 3-0. On deck, designated hitter Matt Lehman, only hitting .182. Scoring to bunt, pitch from Budner, backed him off the plate, and he walked him on 5 pitches. So 2 walks in the inning and an error, and that brings up Lehman. Of course, a force at any base now. Wildcats would like a nice one-hopper at the third baseman done. Get that lead runner at home, pitch down the middle for strike one. Next pitch, swing, and there's a hopper to the second baseman. Shimko steps on the bang on to first for an inning-ending double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Homer Center. No runs, no hits. There was an error and one man left. We head to the third inning. Claysburg-Kimmel and Homer Center. No score here on Renda Digital TV, being presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick are proud to cheer on our young athletes. Our churches are committed to helping everyone find success in life through faith, community, and giving. Sunday services in Homer City start at 9:30 and 11 in Blacklick. Our churches are also involved in outreach ministries by collecting new shoes to help people in developing countries start businesses of their own. Stop by, drop off shoes, and hear the message that changes lives. The Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick, growing together, giving together, and making a difference.
A well-maintained field doesn't happen by accident, and neither does a beautiful backyard. At Burdick Landscaping, they know the details matter, from clean edges and healthy lawns to outdoor spaces that stand out all season long. Whether you need mowing, mulch, landscaping design, or complete property maintenance, Burdick Landscaping brings the same level of precision and care you expect from a championship caliber team. Make your yard the talk of the neighborhood with Burdick Landscaping.
Mark Burdick back with you at Mount Aloysius College. They're playing some championship softball down over the hill as well. Well, Wildcats got out of a big jam there. Nice double play ball turned by Shimko, who atoned for that error that he made. He'll be up second in the inning. 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Wildcats, Budner, Shimko, and Turk. Homer Center defeated St. Joseph 16-3, and then stunned Juniata Valley 5-4 on their home field, hanging on for victory to get right back here to Mount Aloysius for the second year in a row. First pitch, a strike to Budner, who reached on an error on the shortstop Haney his first time up, and he lines a single up the middle. Leadoff man aboard for Homer Center for the first time in the game. Third hit, the Wildcats had a single in the first and second as well. Leadoff man aboard, right part of the order to do some damage here. To the bat rack, it's Dom Shimko. Singled and was stranded in the first inning. Scoreless here, top of the third. Slowick continues on the hill. First pitch, a ball. Mentioned against the Colts, he pitched just 2 innings. Pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-0. Eli Turk on deck. Curveball and a good one. Oh, but it missed. 3-0. Scoring to bunt, just a decoy. And he lost him on 4 straight. So the Wildcats in business here in the top of the third. First walk of the game for Slowick. I mentioned he has had some control difficulties. Walking 20 or 32 hitters in just 38 innings pitched. Cleanup man Eli Turk popped out to the second baseman Cox in the first inning. Pitch almost hit him. Turk .21 hits. Pitch outside corner for strike 1. $16 ribbies this season. Scoring to bunt. They throw through, and it's going to steal third, I do believe, or is he's out at third. They do turn it. The catcher, Campagna, threw behind the runner. Haney took the throw and then threw to third baseman Nisley to erase Budner. So the putout's going to go 2-6-5. Costly base running error for the Wildcats. cardinal sin. You never make the first or last out at third base, and the Wildcats just made the first out. Not sure if Budner was fooled or what happened, but it shouldn't have happened, and he's erased. 3-1 the count on Turk. Outside corner, strike 2. Let's see if manager Scott Bauer maybe puts Shimko on the move. 3-2-1 out. Pitch laced into left field. Coming over to field it is the left fielder Fee. Gets it in, and now that base running mistake hurts even more. Second hit in the inning. Runners at first and second, as holding at second was Shimko. That brings up Drew Fisher, who popped out to the shortstop Haney, his first trip. Wildcats threaten yet again. Pitch, a strike. Scoreboard says 6 hits, but that's certainly not right. Pitch, upstairs. Wildcats had a single in the first, single in the second, 2 hits here in the third. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Haney takes the lead man at third base to erase Shimko. Put out goes 6-5. Fisher reaches on a fielder's choice. That brings up Colin Dunn, dangerous hitter. Colin bounced out to the shortstop Haney an inning ago. Runners at first and second. Turk at second. Fisher, who reached on the fielder's choice, leads away at first. Not holding, of course. Pitch upstairs, 1-1. Dunn has good power, good pop in that bat. Chance to give the Wildcats the lead if he can find a gap here, and there's foul ball behind the first base dugout. He's in a hole, 1-2. No score as Homer Center bats in the top of the third inning. Our coverage being presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. Pitch, swing, fouled it back to the screen. A little more overcast now. No threat of rain, right, John? John says 0%. Actually, he didn't say that. He's going to check the radar out. Give you the AccuSmathers weather here in a moment. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Dunn. Popped up. Third baseman Nisley going back way into the outfield, but he's called off by the shortstop, Haney, for the side retiring out. I couldn't tell if that was in foul territory or fair territory. But the Wildcats waste an opportunity. Some shoddy base running hurts the cause. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. Homer Center has stranded 2 in each of the first 3 innings, 6 overall, of course. We're scoreless heading to the bottom of the third on Renda Digital TV, presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Step up to the plate with Quality Construction by Rado Inc. As the Homer Center Wildcats aim for victory in the District 6 playoffs, Let us build your dreams with the same precision and expertise. With over 50 years of experience, we handle everything from custom homes to roofing. Remember, no job is too big or too small. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado Inc.
Back at Mount Aloysius College, we head to the bottom of the third inning. For Claysburg-Kimmel, the Bulldogs will send up number 9 hitter Nathan Cox, the second baseman, and then to the top of the order in the dangerous Campagna. Cox hitting just 196. Little second baseman. First pitch is ball 1. Eight of 42 this year for Cox. Pitch from Budner. Outside corner for strike 1. 5 RBIs. 2 of his 8 hits have been doubles. This team has hit 10 home runs. Could take a poke to get it out of this yard. Pitch down low for a ball. 2-1. Very, very shallow, the outfielders for Homer Center. Fisher, DeArmond, and Turk. Pitch in there at the knees for strike 1. Missed badly. Count now full, actually at 3-2. But lost him. Does our cameraman Crosby need a water?
Yes, please.
Make it 3. We have the portable concession stand on wheels behind us. That brings up Campagna, who a rare strikeout to start the game. If you tuned in late, Penn State recruit, committed last year. Has basically been over 500 hitter his entire career. He's 552 this year. Budner at the belt. Pitch, backed him off the plate. Bottom of the third, scoreless. Wildcats have threatened in every inning. Pitch, down low. 2-0. Don't want to dig yourself too big of a hole here. The Wildcats squandered an opportunity in the top half of this inning. And the pitch back to the screen. No, it didn't. I take that back. It was blocked by Rado. But the count 3-0 on Mason Campagna. Next pitch, lost him. 4 straight. Back-to-back walks for Budner. 4 walks in the game. He walked 2 in the second, 2 here in the third. Was able to get out of the jam in the second. Nice play by shortstop Shimko on a double play ball where he stepped on second and fired to first. That brings up Braden Haney, who was called out on strikes his first trip, and there's a bouncer and off the glove of the second baseman Schaup, and that's going to give the Bulldogs the lead. Not sure from our distance, I'm not sure how they're going to rule that an error on the second baseman. They flash it on the board, so we will go with that. So 2 walks and an error, and it's 1-0. No RBI. The runner, Campagna, excellent base runner all the way around to third base. And that'll bring up Treon. Runners at the corners. Let's see if they put Haney in motion on the first pitch. Treon, the sophomore, was called out on strikes in the first inning as Budner struck out the side in the home half of the first. Pitch, curveball, and a good one for a strike. Treon, excellent basketball player, too. I saw him in a playoff game that we aired on WCCS radio at Claysburg-Kimmel. Great athletic facilities there. They bluffed the throw to third, throw to first, but not taking the bait was Haney. Oh, 1 pitch, runner going, no throw. One and one the count now. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Pitch. Missed, 2-1. Next pitch, catching the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 on Gavin Treon. Cleanup man Dustin Slowick on deck. Runners at second and third. Pitch way high. Corner infielders even with the bag for Homer Center. Full count on Treon. Pitch hit in the air and into left center field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home. Diving safely with the third run is Haney. 2 RBI single for Treon gives Claysburg a 3-0 lead. So the walks definitely hurting Budner in this inning. And the error. Ground ball into right field off of the bat of Slowick. Rounding second and holding there is Treon, but runners at first and second, back-to-back singles, one to left, one to right. And the Bulldogs are in business again. Budner has faced 5 hitters in this inning, has not erased any of them, has not recorded an out, although there was the error, but 2 walks and 2 singles. And here comes pitching coach Kurt Krajosik. Time to tell you about IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Urgicare's open when you have a minor illness or injury. Urgicare's there for you 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Also, if you have some lab work done, testing, like somebody I know this morning had some testing done at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, it's all available for you. They get you in, they get you out, they get you better. Located just a short fairway away from Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort and Conference Center. As Ward Hilliard would say, just a short chip shot away on Old Route 22 in Blairsville. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Get in, get out, get better. Speaking of Ward Hilliard, we hope he is getting better, recovering from an accident. Ward, thinking of you. Need to get you off the DL. After the conference, Aiden Solar, the hitter, he walked, lays down a bunt. Rado Fields throws it first, safe, infield single, throw back across the diamond, diving back in at first base is Treon, and the bases are loaded. 3 straight singles. That a bunt attempt, I believe, from our distance behind center field. John says yes. Bases loaded. Peyton Nisley, the third baseman. Keep in mind the play that he made in this game. First pitch, a strike. Next pitch, hit on the ground, third baseman done to Schaup. And now we're going to have a hard slide, and they're going to call it an automatic double play. As the runner, Solar, took out Schaup, and that's a PIAA rule, and that's a break for Homer Center. Although another run does cross, so it's going to go in the book as a 5-4-3 double play. Second double play Homer Center has turned in as many innings. No RBI. Scoring was Treon. First pitch, a ball to Nathan Fee, 8th man to bat in the inning. Tree walked in the second inning. Pitch a ball. 2-0. On deck, designated hitter Matthew Lehman. Pitch a strike. Budner's next pitch. Hit on the ground right at the second baseman Schaub. Gloves throws on to first baseman Zerfoss for the side retiring out. But some damage for the Bulldogs. They score 4 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There was an error and 2 walks in the inning. We head to the 4th inning. Homer Center coming to bat, but they now trail 4-0 here on Renda Digital TV, presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
4-0 Claysburg as they put a 4 spot on the board in the home half of the 3rd inning. Today's action being brought to you by Quality Construction by Rado. Over 58 years of experience. This one popped in the air off the bat of DeArmond. Ball carried a little bit more than the right fielder Tremmel thought, but he does haul it in. 1 pitch, 1 out. No job's too big or too small for Quality Construction Incorporated. If you're looking to live in your dream home, visit Quality Construction along Red Maple Drive in Homer City, or call Ed at 412-289-0382. That's 412-289-0382. Good luck to the Wildcats. Hope you can bring home another district title, says Quality Construction by Rado. Batter's Matt Zerfoss reached on an error in the 2nd inning. Dustin Slowick continues on the mound for the Bulldogs. Pitch hit out of play behind the Claysburg fans near that first base dugout. One and 2 on Zerfoss. Pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Called strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Slowick. He's been in trouble in each of the 3 innings, but has been able to escape. Wildcats helped him the last inning with some bad base running on a pickoff. 2 up, 2 down here in the 4th. Chase Schaup popped out to the shortstop Haney in the 2nd inning. First pitch is strike. That 2nd inning, a spectacular play by the 3rd baseman Nisley to rob Braden Rado, or the Wildcats would have grabbed the lead. Next offering, a ball 1-1 on little left-handed hitting Chase Schaup. This one lined wide of the first base bag. 1-2 Looking ahead to the bottom of the fourth inning for Claysburg, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due. Slowick's next pitch outside. 2-2. On deck is Rado. Wine kicks and deals upstairs in the count 3-2. Wildcats need base runners. Let's see if Schaub can draw a walk. He was on base 3 times against St. Joe's. Pitch misses, and he's on base here in this fourth inning. And that'll bring up Braden Rado, who's saying, I'm going to hit it anywhere but toward the third baseman Nisley, who's made a couple of nice plays, if you will, on Rado, but none more spectacular than the backhanded stab and throwing across the diamond on a bounce, basically from a knee to nab Rado to close out the second inning, or the Wildcats would have had some momentum and the lead, but it ended that second frame. Braden, dangerous hitter, steps in and takes the first pitch for a strike. Braden has been hit 15 times by pitches, which leads the team by a mile. 12 walks he's drawn. 26 hits. Pitch outside for a ball. The 26 hits lead the team, as does his .400 average. Out of that leadoff spot, next pitch. Curveball for a strike, and he's in a hole, 2 strikes and a ball. At the belt, Slowick checks the runner. Schaub, pitch way high, 2-2. Softball tomorrow from Claysburg-Kimmel. West Shamokin in action against Bellwood. Grounded in the hole between the third baseman Nisley and Haney. A hit for Rado as he does avoid Nisley. 5th hit of the game for Homer Center. So again, 2 on. Now 2 out for Nash Budner, who's 1 for 2 in the game. Reached on an error in the first. Singled and was caught stealing in the third inning. Nash a chance to help his own cause here. Slowick at the belt, curveball inside for a ball. Five hits in the game for Homer Center. Slowick's next pitch, curve at the knees for strike 1. Schaub leads away at second, Rado at first. Slowick checks the runner, pitch, hit in the air. Second baseman Cox back, but the right fielder comes on to make the grab. That is Logan Tremmel for the side, retiring out. Well, a familiar script, was it not? The Wildcats put 2 more on the base paths, a walk and a single, but they strand them. No runs, there was a hit, no errors, 2 men left. The Cats have stranded 8 base runners, lots of traffic, but nothing touching home plate through the first 3.5 innings. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Claysburg-Kimmel 4, Homer Center nothing on Renda Digital TV, presented by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and Quality Construction by Rado.
To the plate with Quality Construction by Rado Inc. As the Homer Center Wildcats aim for victory in the District 6 playoffs, let us build your dreams with the same precision and expertise. With over 50 years of experience, we handle everything from custom homes to roofing. Remember, no job is too big or too small. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado Inc.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Today's coverage being brought to you by Quality Construction by Rado and by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, the primary recreational arm of the Homer Center School District since 1958, with activities throughout the year. The Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. What a great job they do. Boosters hoping to host some state playoff games. If the Wildcats can come from behind, they would be at home in a state game on Monday. New enhanced seating at First Commonwealth Bank Field as the first pitch to the number 9 hitter, Lehman, is a ball. Lehman bounced into an inning-ending double play in the second. Pitch in there for a strike. About $270,000 of improvements thanks to a state grant. Full irrigation system. Haven't needed that much the last few days. And, of course, the new seating for about 600 plus with chairback seats, bleacher seats with backrests. Always look forward to hosting games at First Commonwealth Bank Field. If the PIAA has matchups that make sense from a neutral site standpoint. 2-2 the count on Lehman. Pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout since the first inning for Budner, who struck out the side to open up the first. Want to say hello to our good friend Jimmy Sutter, watching today's game, probably from his recliner. Jimmy, good to have you on board. Next pitch to Nathan Cox, a ball. Back in the day, Jim's Train Shop. How many of you viewers, at least from the Indiana County region, remember Jim's Train Shop? Ground ball on one big convenient hop to Colin Dunn. Across the diamond to first baseman Zerfoss. 2 up, 2 down. That's the way you do it, Nash Budner. Let's have an easy inning. That'll bring up Mason Campagna, who walked on 4 pitches in the second after a rare strikeout to start the game. Campagna headed to Penn State to continue his baseball career. Pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Next pitch, missed. 1-1. Next pitch, downstairs, 2-1. You can tell they are pitching Campagna very carefully. Of course, nobody on base here. Way outside, 3-1. Walking him in the third hurt the cause. Net Budner walked the first 2. They both touched home plate. Here's the pitch. This time, 5-pitch walk. That brings up the number 2 hitter, Braden Haney. Reached on an error and scored a run in the third inning. He's 0 for 2 officially. Seven 14 stolen bases for Campagna. Haney leads the team with 17. And there's a stolen base without a throw. First pitch, a ball. 4-0 as the Bulldogs bat in the fourth inning, trying to add on to this 4-0 lead. Down low and kicks away from Rado. Campagna to third base. And he's out as he came off the bag. He slid in safely, but then came off the bag, and the putout goes 2-5. So the Wildcats allow no runs, no hits. There was a walk, nobody left on base. Time to get to the bat rack, Homer Center. Middle part of the order due, trailing 4-0 here on Renda Digital TV, presented by Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and Quality Construction by Rado.
Canada Van hasn't returned your call? Chuck and a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is there when you need them. Proud supporter of Homer Center Athletics. Just a home run away from Homer Center High School. Lab work available, x-rays. If you have a minor illness or injury, their urgent care facility is absolutely sensational at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Great outpatient facility since 2009, serving southern Indiana County and parts of Westmoreland and Cambria County, too. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort and Conference Center in Blairsville. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, get in, get out, get better. Well, the Wildcats need to get better here in the 5th inning as they trail 4-0 through 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, 2 men left for Claysburg-Kimmel. No runs on 5 hits. There was an error, and 8 men stranded for the Homer Center Wildcats. They've stranded 2 runners in each of the first 4 innings. Let's see how Dom Shimko does here to lead off the 5th, the number 3 hitter. He's been on base twice, singled in the first, walked in the 3rd, and he takes the first pitch for a ball from pitcher Dustin Slowick, who's gone the distance here in this game. Next pitch, a strike. Slowick. Pitch, catching the outside corner for strike 2. Swing and a miss. Bobbled by the catcher. Throws a bullet down to the first baseman, Campagna to Clore. And Shimko is erased. 2-3 on the putout. Clore, the first baseman. His cousin Lacey Clore was an outstanding women's basketball player at IUP. And Lacey, I think the all-time girls basketball scoring leader in Claysburg-Kimmel history. Pitch a strike to Eli Turk. Eli 1 for 2, popped out to the second baseman Cox in the first, singled in the 3rd. Down low, ball 1. Softball action tomorrow. Bellwood and undefeated West Shamokin, the game being played at Claysburg. Great athletic facilities they have built there. Pitch a strike. Slowick ahead on the count, 2 strikes and a ball to right-handed hitting right fielder Eli Turk. Here's the pitch. Bounce to the shortstop. Couple convenient hops on this turf. Haney, who's an outstanding glove to begin with, and that one made easy, like playing with a rubber ball, and he throws on to first baseman Clore for the second out. In that victory over Northern Cambria, Haney was really, really good with 7 assists and 2 putouts. And 8 of those 9 plays that he made were over the final 4 innings of action. This one popped up. Left fielder has it measured, and the southpaw, Nathan Fee, makes the grab for the side, retiring out. Very easy inning for Slowick. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We've played 4.5. Score remains Claysburg-Kimmel 4 and the Homer Center Wildcats nothing on Renda Digital TV, being presented. And we say a big thank you to the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and Quality Construction by Rado.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
Well, we come back to you here on Renda Digital TV from Mount Aloysius College. Claysburg-Kimmel coming to bat in the bottom of the fifth inning, leading 4-0. Homer Center has only been shut out once this season. It came back on April the 9th at home to Marion Center, 4-0. I believe that was the Wildcats' first game at First Commonwealth Bank Field after playing at IUP due to the construction project at First Commonwealth Bank Field. But they're a team that has averaged a lot of runs this season, 7.2, but being shut out, but still 2 at-bats to go. First pitch, a strike to Braden Haney, the number 2 hitter. Fouled near the Homer Center dugout. So he's out in front of the hitter. Haney, 0-2 is Budner. He's only allowed 3 hits. They came in succession in the third inning, and one of them was a bunt single that was intended to be a sacrifice, I believe. Next pitch, a ball. He walked the first 2 hitters in that frame, Cox and Campagna, and then Haney reached on an error and a run scored. This one hit in the air, and the left fielder, Drew Fisher, comes on to make the grab. Good hustle by the shortstop, too, Dom Shimko. But he was called off. Easier play for Fisher, obviously. And Haney is retired on the fly out to left. That brings up Gavin Treon. Called out on strikes in the first, singled in 2 runs, and scored himself in the third. Only 2 RBIs of the game belong to Treon, and he takes swings at the first pitch and misses. It's 0-1. What time is airtime tomorrow, John, for softball? 3:45 airtime, West Shamokin and Bellwood for the District 6 championship. Catching the outside corner with the let up for strike 2. On deck, the cleanup man and pitcher, Dustin Slowick. They have action in their bullpen, and that is Campagna, who can throw heat. And there's some good action from Budner, who strikes out Treon, who was fooled on that pitch. 2 up, 2 down. So things have gotten easier for Nash since that third inning, when they plated 4 runs. Slowick, 1 for 2 in the game, reached on an error on the shortstop, Shimko, in the second, singled in the third. 0-1 on Slowick. Pitch a ball. Next pitch, inside. 2-1. Wildcats had some late lightning against Juniata Valley last year in the District 6 championship game. Pitch, missed. Count now full, 3-2. Winning 6-5. Pitch misses, he lost him. For Nash, 4th walk, check that, 6th walk of the game. That'll bring up Aiden Solar. 1 for 1, walked in the second, singled in the third. Pitch a ball. Chase him back at first. Strike called. 1-1 on Solar. Peyton Nisley swings the warm-up bat on deck. Two and one now. Balk called. That moves Slowick down to second into scoring position. Timeout called by the home plate umpire. Wildcats scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th last year to stun Juniata Valley 6-5. Juniata Valley had led 5-1 heading to the bottom of the 6th in that game when the Wildcats scored a run, and then 4 in the home half of the 7th to walk it off. 2-1, the pitch hit in the air, and it's bobbled and booted by the first baseman Zerfoss. That will be an error on the first baseman, who has to go all the way toward the third base dugout to retrieve the ball. So that'll put runners on the corners for Peyton Nisley, third error of the game on Homer Center. Wildcats need to snuff this rally out for Claysburg here. Trailing 4-0. First pitch of ball to Nisley. Oh for 1 in the game. Sacrifice bunt in the second inning. And then bounced into a 5-4-3 double play when there was interference called on the base runner. This one laced foul down the left field line. Chuck Gomerak, the District 6 baseball chairman, does a good job running the tournament. Thank him for his cooperation throughout the tournament, keeping us informed. Pitch a strike. Down to second with the stolen base uncontested is Solar. So runners at second and third now, and 2 outs. 1-2 the count on Nisley. Pitch misses. 2-2. Outfield shallow for Nisley, just a .215 hitter. A lot of room here at Mount Aloysius. Pitch, 3-2. Didn't miss by much. Budner at the belt. Pitch, lost him. Sacks are loaded. Second walk of the inning. We are so far away, nowhere near the mini press box to the right of the dugout, so we have no idea on pitch count. But I might have the answer to that thought, because I'm not sure if that is Kurt Krajosik or Scott Bauer coming out to the mound. Pitch count limit is 105, although you can start a batter, go over that 105 mark, and finish that batter. So based on the conference, I'm guessing he has not reached the pitch count limit, but he is in trouble. it is Bauer on the mound. And he's going to stay with Budner. Seven walks now for Nash. In that 5-inning Mercy Rule victory over St. Joe's, he walked just a pair. Struck out 9. Nathan Fee, the left fielder, steps in. Misses badly with the first pitch. It's 1-0. Fee walked in the second, bounced out in the third inning to close out that threat when Claysburg scored 4 runs. Next pitch down low. Now he's in a peck of trouble. 2-0 with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. Nash trying to grind it out here. Here's the pitch. Catching the inside corner for a strike. Video producer today, John Smathers. 3 cameras working. 2 remotely. 1 by Crosby Shank, our student video helper from Homer Center today. The next pitch misses. 3-1. Budner might be looking at his last pitch here if he loses them. 2 walks and an error. Pitch. High. Walked in a run. 5-0. Scoring is Slowick. He retired the first 2 batters of the inning. And here comes Bauer, and that is going to be it for Nash Budner. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is there when you need them. Open 7 days a week. Urgent Care, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Outpatient facility. If you need some lab work done, x-rays, they do it all. Doctors on staff. Since 2009, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Just a short putt away from Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort on Old Route 22 in Blairsville. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Get in, get out, get better. We're going to take a timeout while we sort out the changes. Dom Shimko has come on to pitch. We'll tell you about the other changes if we can grab them from afar. It's 5-0 with 2 outs. Bases will be loaded when we resume play here at Mount Aloysius in this District 6 Class A Championship being presented by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and by Quality Construction by Rado right here on Renda Digital TV.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Back with you at Mount Aloysius College. 5-0 Juniata Valley. We can't close the book on Nash Budner just yet, but he pitched 4 2/3 innings. He only gave up 3 hits. That's the good news, but 5 runs on the board. He walked 8, struck out 5, including striking out the side in the first inning when he really looked good. But they say walks will kill you, walks and errors. Well, the Wildcats have committed too many of both because they've committed 3 errors in the game. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 runs reached base by way of walk or error. 3 walks have scored, and a runner that reached on an error on the second baseman Schaup in the 3rd inning Haney, he scored. So Dom Shimko comes on to try to keep it where it's at, which is 5-0. Bases are loaded. Inning started out easy enough. First two men were retired. Haney flew out to the left fielder, Fisher. And then Treon was the fifth strikeout for Budner. And then the walks and errors came back to bite him. Shimko winds, kicks, and deals in the first pitch. A good one for strike one. Shimko 4.11 ERA according to the stats provided. 1-2 record. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he jumps out in front. That's what you want to do, Dom. 2 strikes and nothing to the hitter. Designated hitter Matthew Lehman, who's 0 for 2 in the game. He bounced into a double play. Shimko turned the trick, stepping on the second base bag and threw on to Zerfoss to close out the second inning. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air behind the backstop and out of play. Shimko 32 and a third innings, 36 hits allowed, 28 runs, 19 of them earned. Has walked 18, struck out 39. 0-2 the count on the number 8 hitter Lehman. Pitch. Shimko wanted it, didn't get the call, and it's 1-2. Overcast but very pleasant here at Mount Aloysius. A lot of rain in the area the past several days, of course. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A run in. Here's the pitch from Shimko. Hit behind the first base dugout and out of play. Natural grass in the outfield, turf on the infield here. Not sure if you can see it from our outfield cameras that way. You probably can see the turf. They will replace it all with all artificial surface here after these playoffs. Called strike 3. Good job by Shimko to come on and keep things at bay. But Claysburg does add a run without the benefit of a hit. There was an error, 3 men left. We have played now 5 complete in this District 6 Class A championship game. It's Claysburg-Kimmel's Bulldogs 5, Homer Center nothing. Wildcats coming to bat in the 6th. They need to get to work on Renda Digital TV, presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
A well-maintained field doesn't happen by accident, and neither does a beautiful backyard. At Burdick Landscaping, they know the details matter, from clean edges and healthy lawns to outdoor spaces that stand out all season long. Whether you need mowing, mulch, landscaping design, or complete property maintenance, Burdick Landscaping brings the same level of precision and care you expect from a championship caliber team. Make your yard the talk of the neighborhood with Burdick Landscaping.
Top of the 6th for the Homer Center Wildcats. Let's see if Colin Dunn can get something started for the Cats. 0 for 2. He's picked on the shortstop Haney twice. This time a ground ball to the second baseman. Fielding it, Nathan Cox on to first baseman Clore. 1 up, 1 down for Homer Center. Dunn is now 0 for 3 in the game. That brings up Connor DeArmond, who's 1 for 2. Singled to right in the second inning. And flew out to the right fielder, Trimmel, in the 4th. Wildcats batting here in the top of the 6th inning. Game getting short on them, down to their final 5 outs. There's a foul ball back to the screen. Not a lot of room behind home plate here at Mount Aloysius. Scenic up here on the mount. Slowick's gone the whole way. Pitch outside. They did warm up their catcher and Penn State recruit Campagna. during that last inning. So he's ready if they need him. Pitch outside for a ball. Wildcats have been masters of the comeback the past couple of years. They're in a 5-0 hole here. They need to get something started. Bottom part of the order. And this one laced down the right field side out of play. So the count leveling off at 2-2 on center fielder Connor DeArmond. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slowick has been really, really good, scattering 5 hits, although the Wildcats have had opportunities stranding 2 base runners in each of the first 4 innings. But he has set down the last 6 batters he's faced. That'll bring up Matt Zerfoss, who's 0 for 2 in the game. John, you'll have to help me with the cameras. You might have a better view if they would send up a pinch hitter. Pitch, a strike, 2-1. Hit in the air, but right at the right fielder, but over his head. He misjudged it. Tremmel is going to have to go back to the fence as it rattles up against the fence and into second base with a booming double is Zerfoss. That is Matt. So the Wildcats with a runner on base after 2 outs, and that'll bring up Chase Schaup, the little second baseman, who's 0 for 1. He walked in the 4th inning, popped out to the shortstop Haney in the 2nd. Wildcats trying to get on the board. They will have a pinch runner for Zerfoss. Probably Gavin Slay or Jackson Taylor. It is actually Jaden Shearer, the pinch runner. Here's the pitch to Schaup, a strike. Throw through to second, and he's out. Shearer got picked off by the catcher, Campagna. Second base running error on Homer Center, and that ends the inning. Campagna with a rifle down to second base, picks off the pinch runner Shearer. Put out goes 2-4. Inning over. There was no runs. A hit, a double off the bat of Zerfoss. Nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs looking to claim the title. They're 3 outs away from doing so. They'll try to add on, leading 5-0 over Homer Center here on Renda Digital TV, all being presented by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club and Quality Construction by Rado.
RMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Wildcats trailing 5-0. Some fundamental baseball has been the enemy of the Wildcats, who have played so well in these playoffs, but today walks, errors, and 2 big base running mistakes have hurt the cause, and those are 3 of the reasons they are trailing 5-0, but another big reason has been right-hander Dustin Slowick, who's pitched well, and they've played good defense behind him. Dom Shimko will face the number 9 man, Nathan Cox, to start this home half of the 6th inning on Renda Digital TV. Softball tomorrow at 3:45. Undefeated West Shamokin against Bellwood. That game will be played at Claysburg-Kimmel. We'll have it right here on RDTV. Pitch a ball. 1-1. Dom Shimko stares in at Braden Rado, has the one he wants, and sends it in there for a strike. Shimko only a sophomore. Wildcats several good senior players who will graduate next week. Here's the pitch, up high. Rado's a senior, Zerfoss is a senior. Budner a senior. Colin Dunn only a sophomore, he'll be back. Drew Fisher a senior. Pitch, hit him. So that'll bring up Mason Campagna, who is 0 for 1, but has walked in twice and scored a run. Wildcats will play in the state playoffs Monday. If this score holds, they'll face the District 5 champion. Claysburg-Kimmel will host a game Monday if this score holds. Campagna takes the first pitch for a ball. They would play Greensburg Central Catholic, who lost to Eden Christian yesterday in the Whippeal Championship game. Congratulations to Dan Petroff in Indiana, back-to-back WPIAL champions, 4-0 goose egg they tossed at Elizabeth Forward last night. Pitch a strike. 1-1 on Campagna. Penn State recruit digs in. Shimko's pitch, catching the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. They've pitched him carefully. Haven't given him much to hit, but he has walked twice. Struck out swinging, just the 9th time he struck out all season. Pitch. This one hit hard into left field for a base hit. Coming on to field it is Fisher and gets it in. He tattooed that baseball. .552 regular season hitter. He's been over 500 his whole career, rated as the number 12 catcher in Pennsylvania by Prep Baseball Report. Also a good football player at Claysburg-Kimmel. Led the Bulldogs to a couple of conference championships and earned 3 first-team all-conference honors. Batter is Braden Haney, 0 for 3 in the game, although he reached on an error and scored a run in the 3rd inning. 5-0 Claysburg, as you see on your screen here on Renda Digital TV. At the belt, Shimko. Pitch. Hit in the air. Back DeArmond trying to measure it up, and he does. A little bit of a snow cone, but he hauls it in. Runners are going to tag and move up. Good play by DeArmond, who does an excellent job in center field. Haney is retired. Runners move up to 2nd and 3rd. Cox at 3rd base. Campagna at 2nd. That'll bring up Gavin Treon, the sophomore, who singled home a couple of runs in the 3rd inning. One of the few hard-hit balls that Claysburg had in the game. One out. Can't tell. The infield needs to be in here if they're not. Yeah, there's only 1 out. Pitch a strike. John, we're so far away, I can't tell if the shortstop and second baseman are deep. They're not up. Yeah, that's surprising. look, you can't give up any additional runs. You need an atom ball. And Cox pretty good wills at third. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out, it doesn't matter, but I'm surprised the middle infielders are back. At the belt, Shimko. Pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Count holds at 0-2 on the number 3 hitter, sophomore Gavin Treon. If you just tuned in, our broadcast position behind the center field fence. The sign right in front of us says 404 feet. We're behind the fence, so that's the reason I'm asking if the infield's in or not. Popped in the air and giving chase is Zerfoss near that press box window to the right of the Claysburg dugout, but it falls. So again, the count holding 0-2. When the Wildcats come up in the bottom of the 7th inning, they'll have the 9-1-2 hitters due up. Schaup was in the batter's box when the pinch runner Shearer was picked off second by Campagna. Shimko at the belt. Pitch. Hit on the ground into center field. That will score 1. That will score 2. And Treon has 4 RBIs in the game. And it's now 7-0 as Cox and Campagna touch home plate. So a big challenge gets even taller for Homer Center, more challenging, as they now fall behind 7-0. Cleanup hitter and pitcher Dustin Slowick has been on base all 3 times. Reached on an error in the second, singled in the third, and walked and scored a run in the 5th. Pitch upstairs to Slowick, who's been steady on the mound as well. By the way, closing the book on Budner, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 8, struck out 5. Shimko has allowed a couple of runs here in the 6th on a hit batsman, number 9 hitter. That hurts even more. And a couple of singles sandwiched around a Braden Haney flyout. Good play by DeArmond. 1-1 on Slowick. Shimko checks the runner first, throws over, diving in head first is Treon. Mentioned earlier, a pretty good basketball player too. I think he had a brother on that team, if I recall. On the basketball team. 1-1. Still only 1 out in the inning. Shimko checks the runner. He's going. Rado's throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Treon. Shimko, pitch, missed, 3-1. Hey, say hello to Frank Farah. Good to see him. Haven't seen you in a long time, Frank. Good to see you. Pitch, ball 4. Another walk. Wildcat pitchers today have walked 9 and hit a man. Just checking the District 5 bracket. Actually, Claysburg would play the winner, as the first pitch is a strike to Aiden Solar. They'd play the winner of Northern Bedford and Southern Fulton, that game being played tomorrow, or actually today. Pitch, or ground ball to Schaup. I didn't see, did he bobble that, John, or just beat it out? Infield single for Solar. Looking at the District 5 bracket. So the bases are loaded now. Third hit of the inning. Oh, error? Okay. So another error on Homer Center. Loads the bases. So Claysburg will play. Actually, they moved the game till tomorrow at noon at McConnellsburg High School. Northern Bedford and Southern Fulton. And Claysburg will host the winner, the loser of that game. Double check that bracket. Claysburg would host, Greensburg Central Catholic, the WPIAL runner-up. There's a shot. Gets past DeArmond in center field. He retrieves the ball. 2 runs are in. Here comes the third run. Touching home plate is Solar, and that will be a double that's going to end the game on the mercy rule. 10-0. 3 runs race home. As Payton nicely ropes a double into right center, and the District 6 champions, congratulations to the Claysburg-Kimmel Bulldogs. 3 RBI for Nisley. Ends the game as he roped it into right center. And touching home plate, Treon, Dustin Slowick, who's the winning pitcher, and Aiden Solar. So in the inning, they score 5 runs on 3 hits. There was a Wildcat error and 1 man stranded, but the game ends with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th on the mercy rule as they play We Are the Champions on the sound system. Claysburg-Kimmel wins the District 6 championship. Homer Center Wildcats are still alive. State playoff action coming up on Monday. They will play either Northern Bedford, the winner of Northern Bedford, or Southern Fulton on the road. All right, that's going to do it. Our coverage, stay with us for our post-game show. Coming up next, our coverage today being presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick are proud to cheer on our young athletes. Our churches are committed to helping everyone find success in life through faith, community, and giving. Sunday services in Homer City start at 9:30 and 11 in Blacklick. Our churches are also involved in outreach ministries by collecting new shoes to help people in developing countries start businesses of their own. Stop by, drop off shoes, and hear the message that changes lives. The Homer City Methodist Church and the Methodist Church of Blacklick, growing together, giving together, and making a difference.
Step up to the plate with quality construction by Rado Inc. As the Homer Center Wildcats aim for victory in the District 6 playoffs, let us build your dreams with the same precision and expertise. With over 50 years of experience, we handle everything from custom homes to roofing. Remember, no job is too big or too small. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado Inc.
Back with you on Renda Digital TV. Not a good day for the Homer Center Wildcats as they could not go back-to-back as far as District 6 Class A championships go after coming from behind a year ago to defeat Juniata Valley here 6-5. Claysburg-Kimmel got out of some jams that they were in. Wildcats made a couple of base running mistakes, walked too many men, committed some costly errors. It just wasn't a good day of baseball fundamentally for the Homer Center Wildcats, and they fall by a final score of 10-0 as Claysburg puts on 5 runs on the board in the bottom of the 6th to mercy rule Homer Center as it turns out. We're going to come back with more on our post-game show. We'll tell you how this game unfolded when we continue from Mount Aloysius. Congratulations to the Bulldogs of Claysburg-Kimmel. They're receiving their championship medals, and they will receive the championship trophy too, and they earned it here today at Mount Aloysius, winning it going away 10-0 right here on Renda Digital TV, presented by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
10-0 Claysburg-Kimmel wins it here today. Let's tell you how the game unfolded. The Wildcats certainly were not without opportunities in the first 4 innings of the game, at least, as they stranded 2 base runners in each of the first 4 innings. They had runners at first and second and 1 out in the first inning, and back-to-back pop-outs in the infield closed out that frame. They had 2 on and 1 out in the second inning, and an outstanding play to close out the second inning by third baseman Peyton Knisley, robbing Braden Rado of what might have been a double down the left field line. And then they stranded 2 in the third and 2 more in the fourth. But in the third inning for Claysburg-Kimmel, with the score tied at 0 apiece, they plated 4 runs on 3 hits. They had a leadoff walk to the number 9 man, Nathan Cox. That usually spells trouble. And then Mason Campagna, their Penn State recruit, walked to set the table. It was first and second. An error on the second baseman, Chase Shoup, allowed a run to score. And then Gavin Treon delivered a big 2-run single to make it 3-0. He eventually would score on another single by Solar, and it was 4-0. Just like that. It stayed that way to the bottom of the 5th inning, when after 2 were out, the number 4 man, Dustin Slowick, the pitcher, walked. Then an error and a balk on the plate, and a walk to Knisley loaded the bases. Nathan Fee then walked. RBI for Fee plated Slowick to make it 5-0. That was the end of the day for Nash Budner, who went 4 2/3 innings, allowing 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. But the biggest bugaboo for Nash today was 8 walks for him, and they hurt in a big way. Shimko came on to record the final out of the 5th inning to keep it at 5-0. But speaking of 5, that's what Claysburg was able to plate in the bottom of the 6th to win it on a walk-off double. A hit batsman and a single. They had runners on first and second. Haney flew out to the center fielder, DeArmond, who made a nice play. But then a single, a walk, an error on Chase Shoup, bases were loaded, and Nisley laced a RBI, 3 RBI double, clearing the bases as Solar, Slowick, and Treon all touched home plate. That made it 10-0, and that was a walk-off double for Peyton Nisley. We'll give you the totals in the game and some other stats when we continue on our post-game show here on Renda Digital TV. Congratulations to the Bulldogs of Claysburg-Kimmel. They are the District 6 Class A champions, 10-0. They win it over Homer Center. Back with more, brought to you by Quality Construction by Rado and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Step up to the plate with quality construction by Rado Inc. As the Homer Center Wildcats aim for victory in the District 6 playoffs, let us build your dreams with the same precision and expertise. With over 50 years of experience, we handle everything from custom homes to roofing. Remember, no job is too big or too small. Visit us along Red Maple Drive in Homer City. Good luck, Wildcats, from the team at Quality Construction by Rado Inc.
Mark Burdick back with you for a final time on our post-game show, brought to you by Quality Construction of Homer City and by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. Here are the totals in today's game. For winning Claysburg-Kimmel, 10 runs on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors and stranded 6 base runners. For the Homer Center Wildcats, no runs on 6 hits. They committed 4 errors in the game, and they stranded 8 base runners. The winning pitcher was Dustin Slowick, going the distance in a shortened Mercy Rule game. 6 innings, he allowed 6 hits, throws a shutout, allows 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. It's just the second time this season that Homer Center has been shut out. They lost at home to Marion Center way back on April the 9th, 4-0. But other than that, they've been a pretty good offensive club, but it wasn't the case today. The losing pitcher, Nash Budner, he threw 4 2/3. Nash allowed only 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walked 8, struck out 5. Time of the game, 1 hour and 44 minutes. Congratulations to Claysburg-Kimmel. They will host, I believe, Greensburg Central Catholic on Monday. Greensburg Central Catholic lost to Eden Christian in the WPIAL championship game, and Homer Center will play either Northern Bedford or Southern Fulton. Those teams are playing tomorrow, and we'll find out, and we'll try to have that game for you. It all comes down to whether you have the facilities for internet and all of that. Southern Fulton, the number 1 seed in District 5, they are 17-2. They've had a very